Hey yo, E-King Fight News. So Tom Loeffler, Gennady Golovkin's promoter, is saying Canelo Triple G is a much bigger fight than Wilder Joshua. Well, let's break it down, guys. E-King Fight News, you know what it is. You know the name. So let's get it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And what's the bigger fight? Golovkin Canelo or the undisputed matchup Wilder Joshua? Let's break it all down, guys. E-King Fight News. Alright. So you have Gennady Golovkin and Triple G, the two guys wearing suits. Guys that, you know, have I think Triple G's probably been overpaid in his career. I mean, he's taken on a lot of fighters that weren't necessarily the toughest challenges. And, you know, if Canelo's the toughest middleweight you've ever faced and you're the unified middleweight champion, I mean, it says something about you. I mean, not to say Canelo's the number one middleweight, because he's not. You know, all Canelo did to really become a legit contender, or a legit name, let's call it a legit name at middleweight, was he beat Miguel Cotto, who beat Sergio Martinez. But was Miguel Cotto ever a real elite top tier middleweight? I mean, he beat a one-legged Sergio Martinez. And Canelo beat up on Cotto, a much smaller man in the ring. Canelo looked massive compared to Miguel Cotto. But let's talk about the biggest fight, right? The biggest fight in boxing that has been made right now is Canelo Triple G. Now let's not forget, the last time Canelo and Triple G fought, Floyd Mayweather made a lot of people very mad in boxing, especially Oscar De La Hoya, by booking his fight in August against Conor McGregor. Now I'm just bringing that out there. If Deontay Wilder fought Anthony Joshua, and let's say they made the fight. You see, this is what Eddie Hearn doesn't get. Let's say they made the fight on early September. Say September 5th, September 4th, maybe end of August. I think it would do massive numbers. That would do absolutely massive numbers. And you might see Oscar De La Hoya pitch a fit, you know, have a menstrual session, or he might need some time with them utensils. I don't know, man. I don't know about it. But you know what? They're both really big fights. I mean, and you can break it down several ways. I mean, in terms of significance, in terms of prestige, they're both big matchups in the middleweight division. I would give Wilder Joshua the edge, since it truly is for the undisputed matchup. We just saw Tyson Fury put on a shit show. And that's an understatement. He put on a shit show, a sparring match. We saw Tyson Fury spar this guy Safuri. Safuri sounds like a fucking toy. Baby toy and shit. But anyways. And that's all Tyson Fury did. He toyed with the dude and then he quit. Like, what the fuck was that? But you look at Golovkin, you look at Canelo. I mean, I guess they're two big names. I mean, Golovkin's had a machine behind him for quite some time, and he's been able to build his profile up significantly. And it's to the point where, I mean, both of these guys need each other, just mainly because they're surrounded by sharks. But in terms of their fight happening, it's most likely one of the biggest fights financially for boxing. I mean, they're doing it the right way. Middle of September, they're capitalizing on the Mexican Independence Day. They're doing the US pay-per-view. It's going to be on Sky Sports, I believe. There's definitely going to be a UK feed, whether it's Sky Sports, whether it's Box Nation. And both of these guys are some of the biggest names in boxing and are on most guys' pound-for-pound lists. So, is it the bigger fight? I mean, technically, looking from a financial perspective, it might be. It definitely might be, depending on how you view this fight. You know, a lot of people want to see a rematch, and a lot of people were turned off by the fact that Canelo tested positive twice, and Triple G sort of had his own little hissy fit, and they both fucked up the fight in May. I think they both fucked it up, to be honest. I don't put 100% blame on Canelo. I think they both fucked up the fight. So it remains to be, what I'm trying to say, it remains to be seen if that whole situation, calling the fight off in May, will help it in September. You know, you're making the fans wait a bit longer. The narrative is it's all Canelo's fault. He fucked it up. And I'm sure he'll take the heat for it because he did test positive. Wilder Joshua, you know, it's not even made yet. It's not, I'll even say it's not even close to being made. It's not even close to being made. Eddie Hearn has shown time and time again he doesn't want to make the fight in 2018. So, I mean, in terms of a fight, I think Wilder Joshua, in terms of prestige, in terms of a global fight, a fight that crosses boundaries, that pits two countries against each other, I think Wilder Joshua, from that standpoint, is the bigger fight. I mean, Canelo Golovkin is like these fake Mexicans versus other Mexicans that just, it's almost like a civil war. You know, because there's a lot of Mexicans behind Golovkin, and there's a lot of Mexicans that ride with Canelo. So, that seems to be like the battle of fucking Mexico. Who's the best Mexican fighter? Somehow, Golovkin got grouped in there with Mexicans and shit. I don't know how that works, but it just is what it is. And I see Wilder as this matchup of USA versus UK. And I just think that does massive, massive numbers globally. And I think the casual fan will also be tuning into Wilder Joshua even more so than Canelo Golovkin. So I think both fights are extremely big. And I'm sure if this Wilder Joshua fight got made in, let's say, October, I think the pay-per-view buys, if it's done correctly, and if this fight is promoted correctly, I think it can do massive, massive numbers. And I mean, you're starting to see now, HBO is not really pushing Canelo Triple G. They're not doing a face-off. You know, there's no Gloves Are Off Sky Sports special, right? There may not be a lot of press tours to build up Golovkin Canelo. So, I mean, is this really that A-class attraction that they're making it out to be? And I mean, Tom Loeffler, you look at Tom Loeffler, you look how he defends how big of a fight this is, because he says, oh, these are two guys with such a huge fan base. I mean, Gennady Golovkin, he sold out Madison Square Garden. Okay. Gennady Golovkin, he sold out the O2 Arena. Whoa, hold on a sec. He sold out the O2 Arena? Buddy, Kell Brook sold out the O2 Arena. Wasn't no Gennady Golovkin. And I mean, okay, maybe it takes two to tango. I guess you give him credit, because, I mean, Kell Brook needed a notable opponent. Okay. Gennady Golovkin did some part in helping out with ticket sales. Okay. I don't think he sold. I mean, if Gennady Golovkin was fighting, let's say, Billy Joe Saunders, would it sell out the O2 Arena? You guys tell me. I mean, that's a question for you guys, because I think it's more so Kell Brook that did the job there. I mean, that was Kell Brook at his peak in popularity. At his absolute peak. So, it is what it is. In terms of what the bigger fight is, I'd probably give a slight edge to Wilder Joshua. I just think globally, it reaches more people. And there's just a little bit more prestige having that undisputed title on the line. But I think financially, Canelo probably has the edge. Especially if they do the first fight in the UK. So let me know what you guys think, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. E-King Fight News, man. What's the bigger fight? What would you put down your money for if you had to buy a pay-per-view? Let me put it that way. What would you buy? Canelo Golovkin or Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua? E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. And it is what it is. Peace out.